Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would do a fun little tag today, and it is called the handbag tag. I'm 99% sure Jerusha started this tag, so if you guys are interested to hear my thoughts, then just keep watching. So I got tagged by two beautiful women. I got tagged by Raindrop Reina and Plus Size Luxury, so I'll definitely link their videos and put their channel tags down below. The tag is pretty simple. So basically I'm going to be telling you guys my most used bag, my least used, my never used, my most critiqued, and then my most complimented. Without a doubt, my most used bag in my collection is my Celine Ava bag in the tan color. Ironically, this is not even close to being one of my oldest bags in my collection, and yet on a consistent usage, this has been my most used. The only anomaly of why I haven't been using this particular Ava bag consistently is because I got another one in white. Basically from spring to summer, this was my go-to, my everyday. I brought this with me on a couple trips and I've just been loving it. I feel like it's half the fact that it's like bright and white for summer, but then the other fact is because it's new. I basically paid the price that it was initially when this bag got launched. So I believe the Celine Ava bags right now are $1,700 if you want brand new boutique experience. I genuinely would still justify the retail price. However, when this bag first got launched, it was $1,250. Like, I will just forever remember that it was the same exact price as the mini vertical boss. So without a doubt, the Ava bag is my most used. I'm sure so many of you guys know this. It really makes me so happy that so many of you guys have bought this bag because of me and you love it. Like, I would feel terrible if you guys bought this bag and you're like, yeah, you know, it actually didn't live up to expectation. But a few of you guys have messaged me on Instagram, told me that you guys bought the Ava because of me and it became your everyday bag and you love and adore it. So I have my Ava on the third notch, so basically the farthest notch that you can bring it, and it actually does pass my elbow test. I'm wearing like a really chunky sweater right now, but it totally does. Do you see, like, my elbow goes in and out? I loved it so much that I ended up getting another one, and just to prove to you how much I love this bag, I've used this bag so much that the Celine font on this has basically faded away, and I still love the Ava bag so much that I talk about it all the time, that I would love to eventually add a leather Ava bag with the gold Triumph logo, just to kind of scratch that itch, because I don't have anything in my collection with the gold Triumph logo, and it's very iconic Celine. I've touched it before and it's a very supple, very squishy. It is on the more expensive side, but it is all leather. Also, side note, if you guys are on the fence about getting the Ava as well, their tanned leather on the Ava bag, or on actually quite a few of their bags, like their small Boston, their bigger Boston, and the mini vertical boss tote, all of the leather is technically waterproof, basically pre-treated, so you can take it out in the rain and you won't get any droplets. Like, I think half the reason why the Celine part on this is faded so much is because I went through like a raging rainstorm when I used this bag for Disneyland, and I was completely soaked. Weirdly, it wasn't completely soaked. I'm sure the fabric part right over here was wet, but because obviously this is canvas, like, this wasn't wet, but my strap was on the darker side. A part of me was a little bit nervous, but then the next morning when I woke up and it dried off, could have no idea that this was in the rain. Like, there's a literally 0% watermark. So the inside of the Ava is basically one moonshade compartment, and then it does have one pocket right over here that's relatively big. I've used this bag so much that the inside of my Ava is so dirty, so I definitely do recommend, because for my second one I actually ordered a Zumoni organizer for it just to keep the inside clean, because my brown one is just, I don't want to say in shambles because it's still in great condition, but it's been through the mud, and rightfully so. So the next category is my least used bag. I'm just gonna kind of make it more finite, so we're just gonna do from 2025. So in terms of a practical bag, my least used is actually my bum bag. So I currently have a little charm on it right now. I got this from Tatcha as like a free gift, and I thought it was adorable. It's like this little rabbit situation. I think in all of 2025 I've only used this twice, maybe 3 times, which is tragic because at one point or another I used to love this bag so much. I mean, not as much as my Nano Speed, of course, but I still really loved it, and you can fit so much. So basically this bag was in pristine condition. Like, obviously I bought this bag brand new and I just let it naturally patina on my bookshelf, and it was perfect, like untouched. Like, the patina was absolutely perfect. And then one day I went to Disneyland, ironically Disneyland again, and maybe my bags are just cursed at Disneyland, but this little leather pull tab situation, the string just fell apart out of nowhere and it basically opened up. I brought it to Louis Vuitton and I had it repaired. They fixed it in maybe like 3 to 4 weeks. Even the essays complimented it and they said that this is the most pristine looking bum bag that they've ever seen. The fact that the patina was so even and there's like no cracking, no nothing, because I do know some people say that they have an issue with their bum bags cracking right over here at the fold. I fortunately don't have that issue at all, but maybe it's just because I believe this bag is maybe 4 years old. I believe I got this in 2020, and obviously it's fantastic because there's a giant back pocket. Louis Vuitton does not currently make this bag anymore. Oh my goodness, I just got sidetracked again. So basically the reason why I stopped using this bag is because the night, same exact day that I got this bag back from Louis Vuitton and I got repaired and everything like that, I used it to go out to a bar, and no joke, do you know sometimes when you guys like drink and then it goes down the wrong tube and then you end up coughing? That happened when I went out drinking, and then I literally splashed Arnold Palmer on the Vachetta right here. I feel like the light is probably washing it out, but there's like water droplets right here. And then after that night I was like, oh wow, that just really slapped me in the face. I just didn't want to use it anymore. Ironically though, the other day I went to go get a flu shot and I saw a girl with this bag and she was so cute. She had like fitted jeans, a tank top, like a very classic millennial outfit attire. Oh my gosh, I was actually looking for this. It's like this Japanese tissue packet holder. Good thing I found that. In her bum bag though, it was actually very worn in and slouchy. Like you can tell like she really uses that bag. And I actually have a Zumoni organizer in mine. So you guys saw how kind of massive the bum bag was. Like it's like a crescent moon shape, and seeing it on her and seeing it more lived in, it actually made me want to use it without the organizer. I mean, I think definitely the reason why my bum bag is in such pristine condition is because I had my organizer in it, but seeing her use it and having it be more kind of like deflated, it makes it look smaller. I don't know, it just gave it such a different vibe. Actually think I'm gonna try using it for a little bit. I don't know, I just really enjoyed the deflated look of it. But this is my least used bag, but I think I want to try to change that in 2026 and try to like bump this up to use this way more, because like I said, Louis Vuitton no longer makes this bag. They have their new updated version, which I'm personally not a huge fan of because of the zipper in the front and also the jacquard strap situation, but they do have the tiny version, which I actually think is really cute, and they had the tiny version in a denim style that I was like ever so slightly tempted to get, and then I saw the price and I was like, absolutely not. So the next category is the never been used category, and definitely it's just going to be from 2025, like which bag in my collection that have not left my house. And without a doubt, it is unfortunately my mini Lady Dior. I feel like maybe in February I wanted to make it a point to use this, but then I ended up going to Melbourne, so there's no reason for me to pack this bag. Like it would just add to the weight that was unnecessary to my luggage. So this is my beauty bag, my princess bag. Like she's just perfect and stunning. I wish she was actually, the more that I look at her, like I love her and I'm never gonna sell her. Like she's absolutely perfect and fantastic, but I wish this leaned more pink. But I definitely feel like my Pink Lotus leans more lilac, because Pink Lotus especially, it varies from bag to bag. I don't know about the newer ones because I've seen the newer ones in person and they definitely lean more pink to white, whereas I feel like the older styles truly varied. Like some Pink Lotuses that I would see online really had a very strong pink undertone to them. Definitely I feel like mine leans more lilac. I know the lighting is kind of washing it out, so I'll definitely put like a picture of it in natural daylight as well. I have nowhere that I'm going, or ever since I got my Micro DJoy, I would just gravitate towards using my Micro DJoy instead, especially because you guys know how much I love cloud blue, and I feel like cloud blue is a lot easier to match. And I think also it's just because the chain, I've mentioned it before, I really wish that this was completely leather. I definitely feel like the chain adds elegance to it. When you actually put it together with the chain, I do think it looks very, very nice, but I feel like I would enjoy it more if it was all leather strap, or especially with the price hike. So when I got this retail, it was $3,950, and the current price for this, I think it's like $5,100, and then I think the patent ones are like $5,500. But anyways, it's $5,000. That's insane, right? So insane. You would think that with the price increase they would at least give you 2 strap options, like 1 chain and 1 all leather ones like the Micro DJoy, but they don't. I have mentioned before that I would love to add 2 more mini Lady Dior's and then be done with mini Lady Dior's. I definitely would love to add a patent one and a crystal one, or just even another color, like one that I could actually use. I did see this one photo of Sabrina Carpenter. She went to a Dior show and she had a mini Lady Dior in black, and I was like, you know what, maybe I'll just get the black one. This is for sure, without a doubt, never been used in 2025. I feel like there were times where I thought about it. I was like, you know what, maybe today's the day that I'm going to use this bag, and then I decided to just go with my micro DJoy or just pick something else. So the next category is most critiqued. I mean, there's no bag in my collection that any of my friends have been like, you know, I hate that bag, or I don't think that bag is cute. But I will say that the Chanel 22, I feel like in a general sense, is the most critiqued or controversial. How a lot of people say that it's just a very slapdash, lazy style. And you know, this bag is not a very intricate, like, for example, this intricate, you have to shape it, you have to hammer it, like they have their video online of how they make Lady Dior's. That I get. This pretty much just looks like leather kind of sewn together, and then they add the chain. But I'm not gonna lie to you, the hardware detailing really got me. Like, I love the little coin situation. Of course, I love the hardware right here, because I honestly feel like if they just put the CC logo instead of writing Chanel in font, I actually don't think I would have liked it as much. And very interesting too, now that I think about it, I feel like the Chanel 22 came out, I mean, I'm not saying that they were like the pioneers for it, but wouldn't you say it's interesting that when this came out, then Prada started putting like just Prada on some of their tote bags, or Loewe came out with their gold font. Very interesting. And also Louis Vuitton, like on their newer bags, it just says like Louis Vuitton in gold font. Interesting, interesting. I really love the 22, and so many of my subbies, so it's not just me, okay, many of them have told me that they got 122 and they loved it so much and used it so much that they ended up getting 2 or 3 more. Like, they got the regular and they want to get the small, and they also have the mini. I really want to get another one. I want to get it in their regular size. The only reason why I haven't been using this one as much is because I brought this bag with me to Melbourne, and it got a little bit of wear. Like the corners, I mean, they're still white, but they were ever so slightly starting to wear, and I just didn't want it to get worse because obviously my bag is in white. But luckily, on a separate note, I've had no issues with cracking or anything at all, and this bag I believe is 2 years old. The leather smell on this is actually still very, very potent, which is really, really nice as well. This bag is not completely leather lined. I currently do have it stuffed and shaped, so I have a Zumoni organizer in here, and then also have some stuffing. This does come with a pouch. I do know some people take out the pouches of these bags and then just use them as is, because this does clip off, but I've never done that. I think also it's just because it's white, so I feel like I can't be as carefree with it, because I don't want it to like color transfer or anything to go wrong. This is an amazing travel bag, I will say, because you really can just put absolutely everything in it. Such a tragedy though when this bag first launched, and all of the defects that were blowing up on Reddit and YouTube, how people were having like chipping issues. So that was disappointing, but I definitely feel like they fixed that issue, because I haven't seen anyone talk about any issues with Chanel 22s since that whole original fiasco. And then the last category is your most complimented bag, but without a doubt my neon blue flap is my most complimented, like from people and strangers. Anytime I've used this bag, I mean, and I don't use it frequently, but every single time I've used this bag, I always get at least one person. It's like, oh my god, your bag is so cute, or oh my god, your bag is so pretty. I mean, this is a gorgeous looking bag. Like, it's so interesting to me that it's called neon blue. I mean, I get it because it's so bright, but to me, neon, I think of like highlighter-y colors. But to me, this is my Tiffany bag, without a doubt, just because of the silver hardware. And obviously this is the double flap, like I said before. I don't really have much to say. This is in lambskin. The other reason why I decided to add this bag was there was this one YouTuber that I was following. She doesn't make videos anymore, which is so tragic, because her pieces, like the archives that she must have, is insane. So it was Wen Stokes, and her Chanel collection was just so fun, and it was so colorful. And in this moment of time, which is why I got like my coral Chanel 19, and I just became super motivated. I was like, you know what, like I'm tired of having neutrals and monogram. I wanted to add something of color and substance. And then I saw this, and I was saving up money. This was during COVID, so I just kept saving and saving and saving. And then I saw this in the boutique, just walking in, you know, nobody's business, and then I saw this and I was like, Oh my goodness, it was so stunning. And then I left the mall, and then I remember I told my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, I can't stop thinking about that bag. Like, I think I really want it. Obviously they tried to talk me out of it. They're like, that's too expensive. I ended up pulling the plug and I got it. I don't regret buying this, but a part of me does wish that I should have spent that money and got the black caviar classic flap in gold hardware, because then I could actually be using the bag on a more consistent basis. Like, I feel like this was in black caviar, I could actually be using this at least once a month. So that's the only unfortunate thing, because it's so beautiful and I don't give it its time to shine. No regrets. Absolutely beautiful. Like, just immaculate. So that is the handbag tag completed. Who should I tag? So the last time that I tagged a few people, they actually already did the tag. So you know what, I'm going to look it up after I stop filming this, and then I'm gonna tag a couple people in the description box below, just so we don't get another round of repeats. Thank you again for Jerusha for creating this tag. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. It really helps for my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.